Is Trump playing hardball with China or just playing chicken? Why is Donald Trump hitting India with 50% tariffs for buying Russian oil, but giving China another 90 days to negotiate, even though China buys more Russian oil than India? Why threaten a 145% tariff, then back down hours before the deadline? And what choke points does Beijing hold that keep Trump and America on the back foot? Today, we break down the politics, the pressure points, and the trade data that shows exactly why China isn't budging. President Trump just extended the tariff truce with China for another 90 days, pushing the new deadline to November 10, 2025. Tariffs stay frozen at 30% for U.S. duties on Chinese goods and 10% for China's duties on U.S. goods. Without this extension, tariffs would have skyrocketed to 145% on Chinese imports, and China was ready to answer with 125% on U.S. exports. This is the second extension since May, after talks in Geneva dialed back April's sweeping tariff plan. For the past 2 weeks, Trump has been waging an economic war on India, hiking tariffs to 50% because New Delhi buys Russian oil. But China? It buys more Russian oil than India, and still gets another 3-month grace period. Trump says relations with Xi are very good, but Wall Street has a different name for this pattern, Taco Trump, because he always chickens out when the pressure flips back on America. China has 2 choke points it can squeeze. Right now, holiday imports. Every autumn, American retailers stock up for the Christmas rush. Toys, electronics, furniture, and most of them come from China. If tariffs jumped to 145% now, retailers would pay more, prices would spike, and consumers would feel it before December. Rare earth magnets. These are critical for U.S. manufacturing, from EV motors to defense tech. China curbed exports earlier this year, then eased them as part of the May truce. But if talks sour, Beijing can shut the tap again, choking U.S. supply chains. The 2024 trade data shows Beijing's advantage. China supplied 13.4% of all U.S. imports, $877.5 billion worth. It dominates in holiday goods and critical components. On the flip side, China buys 44.1% of U.S. oilseed exports, mostly soybeans, and big chunks of copper, pharma, and medical instruments. If Beijing pulls back purchases in these politically sensitive sectors, it hits U.S. farmers and manufacturers exactly where it hurts, and right before an election year. A Trump-Xi summit is rumored for late October, but a handshake isn't a guarantee. Xi could expand the agenda: fentanyl-linked duties, oil from Iran and Russia, restrictions on U.S. companies in China, stacking new issues onto the pile, and every new issue is another exit ramp closed for Trump. So, is this 90-day pause a clever negotiating tactic, or proof that Taco Trump just blinked again? If China's leverage is this strong, what's the one move you think could actually shift the balance? Drop your take in the comments. I'm reading everyone. And in the next video, we'll show you how Vietnam and Mexico are quietly helping China dodge U.S. tariffs.